So welcome to our channel. First tell me about this today's event in memory of your Guruji, if you could talk about that.
Today, the event is Bharatanatyam and classical music, vocal and instrumental. The Chanda is a tribute program, a homage program to my revered Guru, late Padmabhushan, Professor C.V. Chandrasekhar. I was under his, tutelage for about 5 years in Chennai. So, in memory of him, we are dancing today, singing today, and playing the instruments.
So, my obvious question to you, a boy from a Christian family in Kerala, how did you fall in love with Bharatanatyam?
I don't know how to explain this question. As a young boy, I was very much fascinated with especially the Indian classical dance forms. And later, I specialized in Bharatanatyam. Before that, I have done quite much of Kuchipudi, Kudiyatam, Kathakali, and other dance forms. But then later, I took to Bharatanatyam as my specialization. It just simply fascinates me. It simply allows me to move my body, my mind and soul.
And talking about your Guruji, one important aspect of Indian classical is the Guru Shishya Parampara.
Yes.
So I was more interested in life lessons you have learned from him while you are spending time with him. What are the life lessons you have learned from him?
I have had many gurus, especially, but he was my, a sort of a kind of when my learning was over, when my PhD was being done, he was also helping me in shaping my PhD thesis, in dance, and especially the philosophy of dance. So he was not just a choreographer and a dancer and a teacher and a professor. He was a fine human being, a fine philosopher, guide and friend, we would say. That way he encouraged me, he helped me, he supported me, he instilled in me, though I am a Catholic, I am a priest, that to give my whole life for this art, like my Guruji himself did. So with practically every day I had classes with him, and not only in practical but also theory and philosophical and the Hindu Shastras and everything. So he simply fascinated me and helped me in getting deeper into Indian classical dance, especially Bharatanatyam, and that also the Kalakshetra style of Bharatanatyam.
Sir, how do you reconcile the traditional Hindu practices and this Catholic spirituality? How do you kind of reconcile these both aspects?
Basically, Catholic spirituality or Christian spirituality is gearing one towards realization of God in Jesus Christ. No, that is the same way Hindu spirituality is also gearing towards experience of the Paramatman, the universal divine. So there is a connection, though there are differences and there is uniqueness, but there is a spiritual connection that one can elevate oneself to see the beauty of the divine, beauty of God in and through this art form. So when I dance, when I reach to a level beyond certain parameters, certain boundaries, I feel one with God.
So you perform in many performances, but I think one of the performances in which your art was performing in front of the Pope John Paul in Delhi. So how was that experience, especially performing in front of him? How was the experience?
That was a very memorable or unforgettable experience, that I could see him very close by and dance in front of him, and he was very intently looking at us. And we thought he was understanding what he was dancing, and he was appreciating, and he was kind of, nodding his head, and he was so close by. It was really a very spiritually elevating and also very encouraging that Indian classical dance can become a prayer and a worship in Catholic liturgy.
A lot of youngsters are watching this. If they want to pursue not only Bharatanatyam, any performing arts, what advice you want to give them? The youth, especially if they want to pursue a journey into performing arts.
Yeah, in any art form, and especially Indian classical dance, and Bharatanatyam or any other classical dance form, we need total dedication. We cannot get into the depth of the dance and bring out the beauty, the divinity, the aesthetics we call it. We cannot do it in 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 years time. It's a lifetime. So one needs to have that utmost patience and courage and strength and the ability to continue to persevere in a very dedicated way. Those who are persevering in a very dedicated, committed way, they excel. And they give beauty to God and beauty to people.
And finally, the last question. Since right now you're in Kolkata, your connection with Kolkata, if you could talk about it, your whole life in with Kolkata. Especially, I think you're very much inspired by Mother Teresa. See if you could talk about that also.
Yes. See, before I was fascinated with Mother Teresa and the work, I was already fascinated with Gurudev and Swami Vivekananda. With the Vivekananda rock in the tip of South India, Kerala, and then I have done Gurudev's Dak Kaur, the post office, and I was acting in it, and I read the Gitanjali already when I was in class 11 and 12. And Bengal and the great minds of Bengal, Gurudev and Swamiji and others were already fresh in my mind. And suddenly I saw a documentary on the work, different works, especially committed work to the poor and the dying and the destitute of Mother Teresa in Calcutta. I said, I must go to Calcutta. That's how we landed in Calcutta in 1984, and I never left. And Kolkata is my home.
Wonderful. That's a great way to end this interaction, and we hope you inspire a lot of other people with your art form.
Thank you so much.